I hope you're having a great day. You see, we live in a world where we have access to a lot of information today. There's this so-called category of food called superfoods. Okay, so we have things like moringa, we have coconut oil, we have pumpkin seeds, we have blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, we have raw cacao, we have maca powder, we have so many different superfoods. We have green tea and black tea and purple tea and blue tea and all of these superfoods that have health benefits. Agreed. They have fantastic health benefits, but why do we have to overdo it? Why do we have to eat so much of it and drink so much of it, thinking it's going to make us healthier? No matter how much of green tea you drink in a day, it's not going to make you any healthier than the right quantity that your body actually requires. So having like 10 cups of green tea a day, thinking that because green tea is healthy and you have more of it, you're going to get more healthy, that's a complete myth. The same thing to do with fruits, the same thing to do with nuts, dry fruits, and all of these things. Just because it carries health benefits, it doesn't mean you overeat it. It doesn't mean that you stuff yourself with it, because you will not get any healthier. Your body and your stomach has a particular size. The amount of digestive enzymes that you have in your system get regenerated in intervals. So if you keep stuffing yourself with all of these foods, you're just going to have more indigestion, probably a lot more body fat, and then you'll wonder why you're not losing that weight. Today I want to talk about fruits because it's very, very common for me to see people and also have people call in and say that we have platters of fruits in the morning, we have a platter of fruit in the evening, and our diabetes levels, our sugar levels, our weight doesn't seem to be getting better. I have people who say I have like 5 to 6 different fruits at a time. In the morning, I work out, I eat well, I sleep well, but I'm not losing body fat and my sugar levels are all over the place. Because we need to understand that too much of anything in excess will have a consequence in the human body. So number one, yes, fruits are important for us, which is why I'm completely against fad diets that do not allow you to have fruits and do not allow you to have most kinds of vegetables. Because these are diets which will help you lose weight, but you will also lose your health. You will lose your hair, your skin, and the moment you get off this diet, you'll put all of that weight back on. You'll mess up your digestion, you'll get more acidic, and all of these problems. The idea is to select a balanced diet that works for you. We all understand today that fat is not the problem. The problem is with carbohydrates. The problem is with refined carbohydrates and bad fats. But good fats are things that basically help us get better and better. But we're going to stay focused on fruits today. Why do we need fruits? Why do we need raw vegetables? Because it's full of digestive enzymes, it's full of raw enzymes, which when we digest, it basically helps us to further break down food. It's rich in vitamins, it's rich in minerals. That's what nature gives us as a whole. No multivitamin can compare to the kind of nutrition that you will get from an organic fruit or an organic vegetable. I say organic because all the other fruits and vegetables which are sprayed with pesticides or grown GMO or hybrid basically don't have the kind of nutrition that you think it has. So we need vegetables and fruits. And yes, the WHO and several food pyramids tell you that you need 4 to 6 servings of fruits and vegetables in a day. They don't say you need 4 to 6 servings of fruits alone in a day, which means you have a couple of fruits and you have a couple of raw vegetables so that you get the best of both. Now, how do you know if you're having too much of fruit? Number one, people have a lot of fruit and then they call us up or they mail us and tell us, hey, I ate fruits and I'm bloated. I constantly get bloated when I have fruits in the morning, when I have fruits in the afternoon and evening. There's something called fructose malabsorption. You see, fruits contain a lot of fructose. Now, fructose is good for us in the right quantity. And you see, nature's given us fruits in mono. So you have one apple, you have one orange, and then you have the larger fruits, which doesn't mean you eat the whole fruit, but you have portions of these fruits. But they come in monos, basically. So what happens is when we put too much of fruit in our system at one time, so we have a bowl of papaya, and then we have apple, and then we have watermelon, and we have a bowl of berries, thinking we're getting healthier, the amount of fructose buildup in your system is very, very high. Now, there's a problem with this, because the more fructose that collects in your gut and doesn't get absorbed through your gut wall, what's going to happen is this fruit is going to sit in your gut and start fermenting. What ferments this fruit? Your gut bacteria. Now you started a fermentation process and you break this fructose, which is nothing but a sugar. And what feeds the bad bacteria in your microbiome or gut? It is sugar. So you've created this vicious circle of basically feeding your bad bacteria in your gut. And the more bacterial overgrowth you have, that's exactly the reason why we bloat up. Bloating is caused by the overgrowth of bacteria in your microbiome, which is your gut. So the idea, the best way to eat fruits is one at a time. Have one fruit in the morning, keep a gap. A fruit digests pretty quickly. Maybe 2.5 to 3 hours later, you can have another fruit. And then 3 hours later, you can have another fruit. But by the time it's sunset, you want to make sure that you finish your fruits, because we don't need a simple carb at night. That's what wreaks havoc with your blood sugar levels. Now, this is the same for diabetics. Diabetics, you can eat fruits. Depending on your doctor's advice and your nutrition and your sugar levels, you can eat fruits, because it's not about GI, it's about the glycemic load. But small portions of fruit coupled with something that has protein or fiber. So what happens is when you have a fruit with a couple of almonds, that doesn't allow your sugar levels to spike up. So what happens is when you create this fermentation, because you've eaten too many fruits at one time, it causes inflammation in the gut. And then we have all of our gut problems which we're aware of. So the whole idea is to basically eat fruits in small quantity. Now, people with IBS, yes, fruits are rich in fiber, but again, why do we overdo it on fiber? People think by eating more fiber, our bowel movement will get better. People think by eating more fiber, we'll feel full for a longer period of time and we'll end up consuming less calories. Well, you see, fiber is necessary for us, but too much of fiber can also cause the irritation and inflammation of your gut, actually making your gut far worse than it was originally. So people with IBS issues need to eat small fruits and small portions of fruits with a lot of spacing in between. Otherwise, all of that's going to irritate your gut. The excess fiber is going to irritate your gut. The same thing goes for raw vegetables. So you'll see a lot of people who have weak guts cannot have a vegetable juice like a carrot or a beetroot juice. The moment they have it, they bloat up immediately because they're unable to digest it. So the idea is to take a piece of vegetable like carrots, cucumbers, beetroots, chew it really well. Break it down, help your system break it down, and then basically it digests much, much easier. What happens when we have too many fruits? At the end of the day, there is glucose, there is fructose, these are sugars. So now if I eat an apple, it's absolutely fine. If I eat more than that, okay, my blood sugar levels rise. Now my pancreas have to produce insulin to bring down these blood sugar levels and push them into cells. Now what does it store in the form of? Fat. As simple as that. People thinking eating more fruits will help them lose more weight. It's actually the opposite, because you're messing up with your sugar levels and your insulin levels. You're basically creating a cycle of high blood sugar levels, produce more insulin, bring down sugar levels, store it in cells as fat. That's a huge problem. Now, if you have fruits before a workout, you're going to burn it, which is why a good pre-workout meal should contain simple carbs like a banana, a fruit, some nuts, some peanut butter, because you're going to use this as energy to make your workout more productive. You will burn it. But if you have this sedentary lifestyle and you're just sitting and eating platters of fruits, it's going to mess you up at some point or the other. The other most common mistake that we need to understand, that fructose, the more fructose that you have in your body, this stops the production of leptin. Leptin is a hormone, it's your satiety hormone. We have a satiety hormone that sends a signal to our brain that we're full, which is why you can eat one fruit and you can eat 2 and 3 and not get hungry. That's because too much of fructose in the body doesn't turn on leptin, which tells your brain to cut down because you're already full. We miss that signal. Everything in the human body is chemical messengers between your brain and your cells. So you see, too much of fructose will also cause that problem for you. Now, the biggest mistake is juice. We think that, oh wow, to make a glass of juice, we put like 6 or 7 oranges in. So we think, wow, so much more vitamin C, so much more nutrition. But the worst thing you can do is juice a fruit. Now, unless you're really sick, you have a very weak digestive system, you've lost all your teeth, okay, there are very few cases where we would use fruit juice to help with a patient. Maybe we'll use it in infants and small children who cannot eat and they have a severe medical issue. But everyone else who has teeth, use your teeth to chew your fruit. A 12-ounce cup of juice is equivalent to a can of soda. That's the amount of sugar that there is, because you break it down in the mixie, you denature all of the vitamins, and you've broken down all the fiber, so it's nothing but sugar. So stay away from fruit juices. This is for your kids, this is for you, this is for everyone. A fruit juice is not really adding any value to your health. In fact, it's messing up your entire blood sugar levels again. So the idea is mono fruits. Eat one fruit in the morning, you can have a different fruit to get a different variety of vitamins and minerals later, mid-afternoon, and maybe one more in the evening. And in between, you have your raw vegetables. So you have your carrot sticks, you have your cucumber, you have your beetroot, you have your radish, depending on whether you have a thyroid problem or not, because there are certain raw vegetables that you cannot consume if you have a thyroid problem. Now, the biggest mistake that people make is they consume fruits with dry fruits. So here you have fruits, which is rich in sugar, which is good sugar for you, unless you overdo it. And then you're having fruits and dates and figs and all of that stuff. Now, dry fruits in the form of figs, apricots, dates, that's nothing. It's nutrient dense. It's great for you. But again, it's a lot of sugar. So you've just increased your glycemic index and you've just increased your glycemic load, wreaking havoc with your entire system. So the beauty is have a fruit alone and have dry fruit separately. So now you see you have sufficient snack options throughout the day. But don't try to mix your dry fruits with your fruits. Yes, nuts is different. You can have fruits and you can have almonds. You can have fruits and you can have cashew nuts. You can have fruits and you can have walnuts. But do not have fruits with dry fruits. Do not have an apple with dates. Do not have an apple with a dried fig or a dried apricot, because that is just too much of fructose and too much of sugar in your body. And besides, we were never designed to eat that way. Eat small portions at a time. The more you eat of fruits doesn't mean you are going to get healthier. The idea is not about what you eat. It's about how your body assimilates, digests, and absorbs what you eat. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.